This is it. We're going. This is episode 452.
Yeah, it is.
Chad Daniels.
This is the one I requested.
Yeah.
Way back on episode 10, I said, if you could get me back for 452, I'm in.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Of all the things that could have gone wrong.
Yeah. That's what's great. From episode 10 till now, nothing's gone wrong.
Mm-mm.
Everything is has been going great. Everybody's getting along.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, of course this was going to happen. It was bound to happen.
I was having a talk with my wife last night on the way home from your incredibly funny show last night.
It's nice of you to say thank you.
And I was like, I don't know, we were talking about, your material over the years, and I was like, I don't even think, have you even heard this stuff? Like the early, like when he was talking about his wife and like the wine and the teeth,
sure,
and the whispering to your grandma.
That's old. That's old school stuff.
Old school stuff.
Yep.
Old school stuff. And I just think, just thinking, like, holy cow, a lot. We've been through a lot, Chad. Times have changed.
We sure have.
Holy cow.
Can I say something about your wife respectfully?
Okay.
She's a smoke show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Thank you.
She's so pretty.
She is pretty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate you
Good
saying
for
that.
you.
Yeah. She wanted me to say that she doesn't get out of the house much these days. So
Okay.
if the short conversation the two of you had last night was awkward on her side, she of course thinks it was. She's like, I just don't get out of the house. All she does is sit at her computer and then talk to truckers and her coworkers.
I didn't notice it. When she's talking to truckers, is that part of her job?
Oh shit! I need to ask more questions. I don't even know what she does.
She's just on a hey breaker, big cock 146.
Well, look behind the curtain here. I did tell you before we started recording about the convoy that was near my house today. So.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people.
Is she connected?
A lot of people marching for freedom, even though we have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start marching for bottled water.
Yes.
How come we're not bottling this fucking water?
Single sort recycling. Is anyone even considered that anywhere?
I'm gonna march my legs right off for that stuff.
Fucking bullshit. So right before we started recording, I thought of something that I saw something on my phone, and I completely forgot about it until just now. And it reminded me, and I don't know what you're gonna think about this.
Okay.
This may annoy you. You may not give a shit, but I'm going to tell you.
Right.
So there was a person sitting close to Ashley and I last night.
Okay.
And I noticed towards the end of your set that this person had their phone out and was recording your performance.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Do you care about that?
Well, it's a new hour, so I don't want it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Brandon, it was right towards the end, so I didn't know what to do. I didn't... Yeah. I mean, it was like you were wrapping up and somebody had their phone out. Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Grody.
Uh-huh.
It's called bootlegging.
Right?
I think it's illegal.
Yeah.
We should find them and lock them up.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a full description.
Okay.
No, if you act, I mean, if this is like, if we don't want this in the podcast, if we don't want, or do we want to let people know that that's against?
Yeah, don't fucking do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Be a human and enjoy the moment in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it goes along with the whole, you got to be the first. Everybody wants to be the first one to share whatever.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Like, I'm the one that got Chad's. Look at me. I'm going to get all the attention with Chad's jokes.
Right. Now, here's something that I have noticed that sometimes happens. They'll record it and they'll use it for their stories on Instagram or something, but with the sound off. They won't. I've also seen that happen.
Interesting.
So I try not to prejudge too quickly.
Sure.
But just know that I have friends that can backtrack an IP address, and I will fucking cut you. I will cut you if you record and release. Because that's my shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I got a drone.
How did you think things went last night for you, Chad Daniels?
I thought they were fine.
Back at Acme?
Yeah, I obviously love it here, and very comfortable on stage. Sometimes maybe too comfortable. But I'm doing, some political stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing some political stuff that is fun to learn how to do. I've never been a real political comedian. Been, political in my personal life.
Yeah.
But, so it's fun. It's fun to see. It was really funny to me because last night this lady came up after the show. She's a group of 5 gals. And she goes, it's just really refreshing that you were kind of like shitting on both sides and making fun of both sides. It's like, yeah, both sides are the dumbest.
Yeah.
Everything is the dumbest.
Yeah.
And And she goes, my boyfriend, he never wants to come to comedy because, well, I'm not going to tell you, but he leans one way and he thinks comedians lean. I go, oh, you're not going to tell me the fucking mystery that your boyfriend leans right and comedians lean left because they whatever. I mean, that was tough to crack the code.
Yeah.
I finished it before you were done talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it is nice, and I'm not letting people off the hook for being dummies.
Right.
But I am trying to shine a little bit of a spotlight on the fact that everyone's the worst.
So did you, a year ago, which by the way, 365 days to the day of doing the podcast again, by the way. So you had when you were here last year, you recorded that. That's out as a special now.
Yep.
And then you start doing new material.
Right.
When did you make I'm gonna squeeze a little politics in there and see how this goes? Because it's different. How do you
right?
Well, how do you get there?
I just started writing things that bug me, and both sides bother me quite a bit. And I'm not saying both sides. I say it in the act, but if you stand on the line and you look left and right, and I can see you, you don't bother me.
Yeah.
It's the people way on both sides that are so fucking annoying and causing most of the problems.
Yeah.
I would say, in my opinion. I take some stabs at both sides there, and it's just kind of fun to do. Because what's really fun is watching a grown human being laugh super hard at something and then 1 second later be really pissed off.
Yes.
It's so great that emotions can do that. It can flip on a dime.
I did, however, notice less, and we talked about this in the past, groans. Your act right now is less groan-inducing.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
So I talked to two people that are, in my opinion, comedy legends and brilliant writers, Kevin Bozeman and Daryl Lennox.
Yeah.
And those two, we were all having kind of a talk one night, and they said, why don't you just write your jokes for you, right? And then if they go well, they go well. If they don't, you don't have to yell at the crowd. Because I used to write jokes to get groans initially because I knew they would groan. My favorite thing to do is have an adult hate something, and then 3 minutes later you've talked them into laughing. That's really fun to do from stage. But it does, if you're inducing groans, that's also not great for comedy. But I do like that style of comedy.
Yeah.
So I haven't let it go completely. But it was just nice to hear those guys kind of say, do the jokes you want to do, and however they go, that's how they go. So you don't always have to be writing rebuttals to your own material.
Yeah.
Which can be fun and can be funny. And what's really great is I used to do that. And on a Conan appearance once, I had the rebuttal written already because of the club act. And then somebody heckled me on Conan, and I had it ready because it was already in there. And I looked like a flippin' genius, even though not even close. And it was awesome because the whole crowd was like, how the fuck did you come up with that on the spot? And of course, I'm not going to sit there and go, I already had it. I let them I ate it up. I'm like, wow, I guess my brain is faster than you. I mean, ridiculous shit. But so trying not to make it so groany. I think also it was a conscious effort because the last how many ever years have just been groany in real life. You know what I'm saying? Before it wasn't as groany.
Do I?
Yeah, so it's like when they come down here and make an effort to come to the show, if I'm going to do political stuff, I can lay off the groany shit for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when the political stuff starts, it's only the people that refuse to understand that I'm shitting on everyone and they feel picked on, but also fuck them.
Well, I was going to say, you're not going to please them ever.
Right.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. The feature act last night.
Fritz Nothnagel.
So that's your buddy, yes?
We have been friends for over 20 years. I was in his wedding.
Yes, okay.
We met in South Bend, Indiana. I was featuring there, and he came from Chicago. They had a contest, and when you were working the club, you got to be a judge in the contest, and he didn't win. But I thought it was so funny, and we started talking and then ended up just becoming great friends. We're family friends. He comes up to Minnesota every summer, comes to my cabin with his daughters
I thought
and his
I'd
wife.
heard the name.
Yep. Yeah, so it's really been a great friendship over the years. And then he told me a long time ago that Acme was kind of on his bucket list to perform. And normally when I'm at Acme, I love to get the local scene.
Yeah.
Because I don't get down here enough. I mean, I wish I did, but I just don't. The truth is I don't.
Yeah.
So I like to see the local comedians, and it was tough to take a spot away from a local comedian this week, but it was also, friendship of over 20 years that I wanted to get him in here, and next time I'm back, I'll make sure that it's locals. But
Yeah, that's really cool. And he was hilarious.
he's great.
Yeah, he was really funny.
Yeah.
Very relatable material.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very relatable
Yep,
material.
absolutely.
Yeah, super funny. But I was going to say that along those lines, so last night there were some comedians here that were not performing.
Yes.
Like who did I see? John Deboer, James Stanley, Robert Burrill,
Yeah.
all just hanging out.
Mhm.
Hanging out because it's the place to be, because Chad's performing.
Well, I think it's the place to be anyways, but I see what you're saying.
No, you need to follow along with it. You have to
It was all because of me.
You have to follow along because it leads to what I'm going to say next.
Okay, that's fair.
Who did you come see? Who did you come hang out with in your early days when you were like on the
Yeah.
when you were Robert Burrill?
I mean, I tried to see a lot of people. I would never miss, and he didn't work here, I don't think, but he was at Knuckleheads a lot. I would never miss Robert Hawkins.
Oh yeah.
The guy just always made me laugh so hard. But John Deboer, I mean, he's one of the reasons I got into stand-up, and he was here last night.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that someone that, kind of an idol of yours, and then he comes to watch your set. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So
We tried to sneak out of here as soon as your set left, like we always do, like to try to beat the crowd.
Sure.
And then John's standing by the door.
Sure,
We're
yeah.
like, I can't. Well, I have to stop. And then we were the last ones out of here. Worth it, but
Yeah.
my plan didn't actually work.
yeah,
well,
that's
but-
funny. Of course, Hedberg. We'd always come see Hedberg. Swartzen, Maria Bamford. We'd always catch her. Dave Attell.
Yeah.
Always come down, and Dave Attell's always so. I mean, everyone was, but Dave Attell was always so nice with his time after the shows, and
Sure.
he'd hang out at the. I remember him. He'd buy all the younger comedians a shot, and then he would tip the bartender like $100. I mean, it was. You see those kinds of things, and you go, I'm gonna remember that, and if I ever get to that stage, I'm gonna do that. And I, still not there.
I was
But
gonna say, what? Still in the future?
yeah, still waiting. I'm only 47. It should come along any time now. Dude, my birthday was 2 days ago,
Yeah,
as
happy
you
birthday.
know. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so I went to the gym, and I thought, well, I'm just going to show these whippersnappers what a 47-year-old can do. I cannot fucking move today.
Oh.
I sat down in Lewis's car. Lewis is the owner of Acme, to go to lunch. And my butt cheeks are sore to sit on. They're too sore to sit on.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did
dumb.
something similar. Of course, I'm same age, and I did some as you, and I did something similar. Hadn't worked out in a long time, and then because of my vending job, we real quickly. I had to say that it was pretty. Like first, I didn't have it for a while because like at Wild Games because attendance was down.
Right.
Then I started working, and they just had us not go up and down the aisles. We just stood in the hallway with our beer, so it wasn't very much exercise.
Sure.
Well, now we're back up and down the aisles, cold beer here.
Yep.
And it's much more physical. So when they told us that was coming, I was like, well, I'm going to try and start working out at home here, maybe get my legs back in shape.
Yeah.
And I was just doing like this, like my own version of squats, just
Okay.
with dumbbells. Yeah, the next day, I could barely, like when I sat down to get on the toilet, I almost fell on the floor. Staircases were
Yeah.
miserable for 2 days.
Halfway through my workout,
Yeah.
my legs were shaking. I would get up and walk, and I was like Bambi, just Bambi
Yes!
on ice.
Yes!
And I go, well, I should continue this for another half hour.
Oh,
Even though my
no.
body is shutting down, I should absolutely keep going. I have to show these kids what 47 can do.
Sure.
You know what they can't do? Sit on a toilet without wincing
Right.
now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I sit down to pee. It's not, I do. It's just
So,
no splatter, it's simple.
so that many more opportunities for things. Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah, I started sitting down to pee once I had kids because I could stay in there longer that way and hide and be on my phone for just a little bit to answer emails and stuff.
Oh, we moved into, this to a new house last fall, and I find the smallest things that need to get repaired in that bathroom. I'm not joking. 'Cause the exact totally. Yeah, it's like an office.
Yeah.
It's an office with no paperwork. It's yeah.
Well, sometimes there's.
I
paperwork,
mean,
but you get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not kidding. We don't even own this house. I'm renting. So it's like any work I'm doing, I'm not like getting, money back from the at least when I flip her. No, there's no
Yeah.
It's out of my own pocket, my own time and money. Anyway, yeah, I'm like filling little holes that like, there's a nail hole they didn't get. Ever get that? Well, no, I better patch this one. And the caulking's a little loose here. This could lead to some other damage.
Yeah. Can you make us dinner? Sorry. Stuff going on in the bathroom right now.
Yeah. You don't need to know what I'm doing. Just know that I'm busy.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Just know that I'm busy. So, are you ready? So, before we started, I said something's happening on my phone, and I'm going to share it with you.
Yep.
So, I'm a divorced dad. Kids, the old, my older daughter's like it's like every other weekend, right? Like a few days during the week, every other weekend. This is supposed to be my weekend. Okay. My oldest daughter now has a job.
Okay.
Part-time job at in town, so she's going to work tonight. And then my other daughter, I thought was going to come over like after this. I had to go pick her up. Mm-hmm. But right before I left here, Ashley said, I said, is dinner going to be ready when I get home? Knowing it's not.
Sure.
It's a good joke.
Right.
It's a total joke.
Right.
And I said, is dinner going to be ready? She said, well, no. And who would I even have it ready for? I said, well, me and Anna, of course. She goes, oh, no, Anna's going to ask you about going to spend time with somebody today. I go, she's been asking you about it. Yeah. So Anna's
got to feel it out. Yeah, you got to feel it out.
So Anna's my 13-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to go spend part of the evening at a boy's house.
No. Fuck no. No.
So
that was my answer, by the way.
What? So on my way over here, I left and Ashley's saying, so she's going to ask you about, and I go, she's talked to you about it. Oh, yeah, she even asked me how would I talk to Dad about this. Wow.
Well, also,
so she just has no idea you and I are having this conversation on a podcast right now.
Great that they're communicating. A lot of times, bonus mom doesn't get to have those conversations.
Oh yeah.
So that's nice that's happening.
I completely agree.
Yep.
Yes, yes. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thank goodness that relationship is very healthy. I'm very thankful for that. So on my way here, what time are you picking me up?
Interesting.
So she's not leading on. What time are you picking me up? I said, I don't know, 5 or so? 4:35? I thought you would get me when you get Megan.
Just a second. You texted back 5 or so?
Yeah.
4:35? Why are you texting so many numbers?
I said 5 or so.
Oh, okay.
I should have said 4:30. I'm sorry. I'm like auto-correcting my own things here. Now I'll go word for word, all right? I thought you would get me with Megan after she works. And I said, we haven't talked about that. Well, Megan is working, so can you? And I said, I've already talked to her about that. What are you trying to do? Also, I'm about to start the podcast. Like giving her the heads up, like,
yes.
You may be left out in the cold here for like an hour. And then she replies, hang out with people.
People? Is people capitalized? Is this gentleman's name People?
I said, where? At their house.
Wow.
I said, that's pretty vague. And then she said, it's blank's house, and said the person's name.
Okay.
And I said, who? And then she repeated the person's name. And then I said, do I know who that is? And then she replied, no. And then just 11 minutes ago, is that a yes or no? So that's where we are. Is that a yes or no?
There are so many questions that need to be answered before we get... Listen, I feel like I'm part of this now.
Yeah.
I need to know, is blankety blanks, are the parents going to be home? What are you going to be doing? What are the rules at that house? Uh-huh. Can you go to the bedroom by yourselves and shut the door?
Uh-huh.
Do you have to be in a room where the parents can see you at all times?
Uh-huh.
I mean, what the fuck's happening? I have so many questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need her number.
I'll send it to you in a minute here. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I had a high school girlfriend, the one with the very protective father.
Yep.
And sitting there in the living, the rule was you don't even go to a different part of the house.
Yeah.
Unless her dad is there. Yeah. Can I, as your joke, can I have a glass of water? Yeah, I'll follow you into the or into the kitchen.
Let me
to get you
chaperone you into the kitchen.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So thinking about that, like, and the guy's like, "Is your dad ever gonna freaking go to bed?" Like,
Right.
sure, after you leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. Yeah. But those are the good ones. Those are the things that make you realize, as a guy, you're not gonna be able to get some free makeout sesh under the dad's roof.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. You got to earn it. You got to take her for a walk, hold her hand a little bit.
Right.
Learn how to be romantic. Instead of just coming over, sloppy kissing, and then leaving like a punk.
So, you know how like going into the weekend, it's like just such a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to deal with a little bit of. I don't have that feeling right now. Like
It doesn't seem great.
Yeah, no. Like I'm enjoying what we're doing, but
Right.
when we're done with this, I have to do dad responsibilities that I'm not crazy about.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if these parents are going to be home because of their house. That seems like she's really trying to avoid. Also, great to watch a 13-year-old mind at work. Really fun.
Yes.
But they don't realize, listen, I know all your tricks.
Yeah.
I've not only been your age, but I've also raised another 13-year-old, and I got all this. I know everything.
Yeah.
You don't want to sound like a narcissist, but it's the absolute truth. Unless you're doing something with technology,
Right.
unless you're somehow making out using your phone that I don't know about, then I'm going to know all the tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you check social media? You check messages and stuff?
Probably should do more of that, but yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. You do that as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have how old is your daughter?
She's 18.
And you still do that?
It's my fucking phone plan.
Okay.
You pay for your own phone, you can tell me to back off from your phone. But
She knows that?
That's my phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I own that phone. If you go to my account, they're all under my name. So I will touch any phone in my house.
Nice.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Nice.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk, and I think that, kids need freedom to understand how life works, but also, she knows that I'm going to be checking her. I think just the knowledge that I can check her phone at any time keeps things at bay, right? Obviously, Snapchat is different. If you're going to send a puss shot, it's got to be on Snapchat. Everybody knows that. But also, she knows that I don't want to see anything even close to that. I don't even like seeing shoulders.
No, cover those.
Yeah. Well, you're going to take a selfie with a tank top on? Go to church.
Oh, it'll all work out. It'll all work out.
Well, that's true because we know the tricks, right? Because we've been there, but we also know how life works. Some dads, I don't know if you're like this or not, but some dads are like, my daughter, there will be no sex until she. It's like, guess what? Yeah, there will. I mean, you just have to understand.
That's good. Yeah, that's the most unrealistic thing in the world. Yeah,
right.
No.
My daughter's older than me when I started having sex. So it's like, well, if it's not happening, I mean, any day.
Yeah.
Right. And I was having sex with her mom. Younger than her.
Wait a minute. What? Okay. It'll all work out.
Yeah.
It'll all work out.
I think so.
And just to think, I still have a 2-year-old at home. So, I mean.
You will have given up by the time.
Right?
By the time she's 13, you're done.
Yeah. I think so. Hey, I wanted to. So,
I have to go back just for a second.
Yeah.
Your 2-year-old's gonna text you or whatever, like blink, and it'll go into your brain somehow. That kind of technology. And she'll be like, "When are you picking me up?" Just like, go to their house. I don't give a fuck. I am so tired.
Just move in with them already.
I am so exhausted.
Just move in with them. You already have my credit card embedded in your wrist.
Yeah.
What more do you need from me?
Yeah, that's just make sure you lock your spaceship when you're over at their house.
Absolutely. Turn the lights off.
Yeah.
Don't let the battery drain. Last night I don't know if you're doing this. I know you're on a big tour right now. You've already done some. I've heard you on your podcast announce all the dates. Sounds like quite a few.
Yep.
And do you start ripping on Kirk Cousins in other states?
I don't. That was kind of a meltdown last night.
Yeah.
I said it on stage, but I could feel the first K in Kirk coming up through my throat.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, don't do it because this is not going to end well. And then I did it, and it didn't. I'm just not a fan. Listen, when you're a quarterback and a linebacker is chirping at you, all the greats, everyone that is in the GOAT conversation goes right up to the linebacker and puts their face mask into their face mask and just starts chirping back.
Oh, yeah.
Kirk Cousins moonwalks back like a bitch. Listen, I don't want to get into it. Everyone says he's such an underrated quarterback. I said it last night. He has 5 receivers that could catch a ball from me.
Yeah.
And so he's just not good. That's why Diggs had to go somewhere. Diggs is only open. Stephon Diggs had to go to the Buffalo Bills. He's only open for a millisecond, but he has great hands.
But that's enough.
And Kirk Cousins couldn't get him the ball.
Yep.
So you need a guy with an actual arm to play quarterback, which is like supposed to be part of it, but not for the Vikes.
I think your quote was last night, since you're not using this necessarily as material, little tiny bitch hands, I think is the word.
I brought that up because he can't throw the ball very far either.
I want to share with you the response from a woman that was sitting across the aisle from me.
Okay.
Clearly a Kirk Cousins fan. You're ripping on him, and she is quiet the whole night before and after, except for this moment. Oh, come on. She didn't groan. You got an, oh, come on. Did you hear that at all?
I did not hear it.
It reminds me of when I was in college, there was a hockey player on the college team that got in some pretty serious sexual assault trouble.
Okay.
And got kicked off the team, or he was suspended or whatever.
Great.
Eventually, while this investigation was going on, he was still playing, and my buddies and I would go to games, and we kind of latched onto that, and he was on our team, but we still would stand up and go, check the rapist, check the rapist. Yeah, I wouldn't do that now, but it was fun. And a woman, same type of situation, a woman stood up across the aisle from us and looks at my buddy and I and goes, knock it off. That is my friend's friend, and that is not nice.
You know what else isn't nice? And you just start listing the charges.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's and plus, my friend's friend.
Right. Yep. Don't want to get too close in case the investigation goes south.
Yeah, right.
Because then you can just change the tone, and they're like, hey, isn't that your friend? It's my friend's friend.
Right.
You just have to flip the tone a little bit to make everything okay. Yeah, that's watching your ass. That's probably actually very smart.
Yeah, right.
Very smart move.
Take that as a lesson. If you ever are getting questioned by authorities of anything, friend's friend.
Absolutely.
Barely know the guy.
I can't wait to have the shittiest grandkids because I'm just be like, that's my kid's kid.
That's right. Yeah.
That's not. No, I'm sorry. I know he's throwing a tantrum. That's my kid's kid.
Yeah,
that's not my kid.
It's so many degrees of separation. Don't do the math. Just know we're very distant. Here's a random thing that I saw this week. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, but I wrote it down at one point.
Okay.
They announced that a country concert is coming to the U.S. Bank Stadium.
Can't wait.
Morgan Wallen, the guy who said the N-word, and Eric Church.
Yep.
Do you know what they call or what his fans call themselves?
Are you talking about Morgan Wallen or Eric Church?
Eric Church.
I do. Church heads?
The church choir.
Hold on. Do you have your headphones on, Brandon? Hold on for a second. You might want to take them off. Boo! Boo! The church choir. Get out of here.
I was reading an article about the tickets going on sale and where the show was going to be, and it said, pre-sale available now for church choir members.
First of all, you know how many fucking people that are part of that can't spell choir? That's not an easy word to spell if you're just sounding it out. Q-U.
If that ends up on Wordle, this ain't a fucking word.
Chower? Like you got to go do your chores?
Getting way harder since it went to New York Times.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Today's was. Do you know it? Have you played it?
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes, I did. I don't remember what it was, but I did.
It was a tough one today. How about you? Did you play it, Brandon? You play it?
Yeah. On and off, though.
Okay. Can I say it? Never mind. I won't.
On and off? Either you're on or you're off. There's no on and off.
Yeah, you'd be the worst crackhead I've ever met. Do you do crack? Sometimes. No. How?
When it's around. When I think of it. When I think of it.
Yeah, you know what? When I get an alert on my phone, I'll smoke some crack.
Push notification for my dealer. Whoa, we don't need that anymore. But here's what we do need, Chad.
I'm ready.
I printed out some of the Fergus Files. The Fergus Files is what they should be called.
Absolutely.
All these mistakes I'm making, and it's all working out. The Fergus Falls criminal files.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I printed some out. We've been doing this for a couple years in a row now.
Yep. Since episode 10.
So 10. BC. Episode 10 BC. Let's see here. We got a passerby on College Way.
I know it.
You know College Way?
Absolutely.
Contacted Fergus Falls Police Dispatch to report that the back of an ATM appeared to be open.
Interesting.
An officer contacted management from the bank who dispatched 2 employees. Police say no pry marks were left on the door and there were no fresh tracks in the snow. Management of the bank, who were assisting police, said they believe an armored truck that had serviced the ATM previously did not properly secure the door and the wind blew it open.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. First of all, what you need to know is I live in a place where they can track criminals like rabbits. Well, there's no fresh tracks in the snow.
Right.
What are we going to do now? Looks like somebody used a little stick and covered up their tracks. Oh, God, I live in a very weird place. But yeah, that's interesting because somebody could have went by and I don't know if I call the cops right away. I think I call a buddy that's fallen on hard times. And say, listen, there's cameras, so prepare yourself and also bring a stick.
Right.
Cover up your tracks.
Bring your sifting stick. I filled up my gas tank yesterday, got home, realized I didn't put the cap back on.
Well, I think
First time I'd ever done that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that happens a lot lately because you're too busy going $100 fucking to fill up my tank.
Yeah, I was probably picking up my jaw.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't have time. God, my hands are shaking. I can't even screw this cap back on.
I had to gas and dash, so I was worried about the it was like, cameras, fuck this. That's coming. The headline of this one.
Okay.
Trouble with podcast.
Uh-oh.
A resident on North Union Avenue contacted Fergus Falls Police at approximately 5:59 a.m. Interesting time.
That's early.
Wanting it documented that individuals from the Erhard.
Okay. Erhard, yep, that's right.
What is that?
It's a town about 10 miles away from Fergus Falls.
Okay, she wants it documented that individuals from the Erhard area were commenting on her live podcast event and that she believed a property management company has people from the Erhard area working maintenance in her apartment complex. The woman also told an officer that she believed people had been in her apartment. The officer gave the woman advice on interior cameras and other options for security.
So she's
Stop
saying,
being paranoid.
She's saying that someone broke in. They were working in her apartment. They broke into her apartment, and now they're commenting on a live podcast event.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, don't you want people talking about a live podcast event?
You would think so. This was in the middle of somewhere, though. Right?
Yeah, I'd like people to show up. Word of mouth kind of thing.
Yes. The Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office received a call about a suspicious vehicle with Virginia plates.
Always Virginia.
I mean,
tickling you around Delaware before I enter.
Enter her Virginia.
All I want to do is boom.
Shake a rump. With Virginia plates and a smaller sedan sitting near a mailbox at the end of a dead-end road. Suspicious.
No shit.
When a deputy spoke to the party, they learned that it was simply a photographer who had seen a herd of deer from the interstate and stopped to get some photos.
How'd you find the deer? I followed their tracks. Fresh snow. These stupid fucking deer don't carry sticks with them like idiots. It's great.
Back to when I was my job at the Wild Game. So I was working this week, the last time they had a game.
Okay.
And we take credit cards for sales now.
Oh.
And for the first time ever, amazingly, just the timing here, the guy handed me a Casey's credit card.
Woof-a-duff-duff.
Yeah. Do you have a Casey's credit card?
I don't have a Casey's credit card. I'm not a rewards member. They ask me that a lot. I don't want to give them any personal information because of how poorly I speak about their gas station. But I will tell you this. So we have 2 Casey's in Fergus Falls. The one where I always get the wrong pizza,
Yeah.
I've stopped going to that one. I called on my way home. Sundays, listen, I try to eat healthy when I'm on the road, but Sundays, I fuck it up.
Sure.
So I call from the highway, and the new Casey's is on my way home. So I called them and I said, listen, here's the pizza I want. Good luck. No one ever gets it right in town. And it was one of the best pizzas I've had. They must have put cheese on the bottom, then put the stuff on it, then a little cheese on top. It was so good. And then I went back again. I'm like, this had to have been a fluke. Same thing. The guy that's making pizzas at that location is an absolute legend right now.
I'm like speechless. I don't even.
Yeah. Yep. I was against them for so long, and they got to keep this guy. They have to keep this guy employed.
You're talking about a brand new Casey's? Like, are they?
Not a brand new,
Oh,
but
okay.
just a new one for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A new on your radar.
Yeah, and this person that's making pizzas is also a new employee. And I went back. I got to tell you something. I'm not proud of it,
Is he like?
but I tipped him.
You tipped him.
I stopped when I was out running errands, and I was like, "You made my pizza," and he goes, "Anything wrong?" And I go, "This is crazy, but no. Normally when I come here, yep, everything's wrong."
And he's like, "Well, thank you very much, Giuseppe. Really appreciate that making you a good pizza."
It's me, Mario.
How are you so good at this? Well,
Yeah.
they fly me in.
That'd be so great.
They got the too many complaints at the other.
Good luck getting canceled with all the Italians.
Clearly, I'm 100%.
Yes, no, without question.
Right.
Uh-huh.
If I did, which I did do Ancestry. If that came back and it was 100% Italian, I'd be like, they're 100% wrong. Because no.
I got Spanish.
For real?
100%
No.
Spanish.
Not 100%.
I've
No.
never done one of those.
No.
I don't dare. I don't need them linking me to one of my father's crimes.
Chad, my dad has lived the most, as far as I know, just like the most. Like he just is a good citizen, you
Sure,
know, like
sure.
a good person, a good citizen,
Yeah.
just a really good guy.
Yeah.
Right. For Father's Day, I got him. I want all my family members to do the Ancestry thing and get connected on the app and everything.
Yep.
He did it. All this time's going by. I was like, "Did you send?" Yeah, I sent it in. Okay. Did you get your results? Yeah, I got my results. I go, "I didn't get the notification on the app." He's like, "Yeah, I didn't connect. I didn't want it connected to people." I go, "Are you?" My dad is afraid of finding out stuff, family stuff.
Oh, sure.
He ended up telling me, "I don't want to find out stuff. I don't want to be connected to people." I'm like, "Who do you? What? Who?
Yeah.
Really?"
There's a body in the woods somewhere that your dad put there.
And this was,
Yeah, I didn't want to do so Clear. You can get through the airport faster. It's called Clear, where they scan your eyes. You have to do your fingerprints and stuff. And I was always like, not me, just in case. But then I started thinking, well, are you going to murder someone? I mean, grow up. I'm not planning on murdering anyone, so it's fine if they have my fingerprints. But the ancestry thing, I don't want them to come to me and I just have so many questions. Like, listen, we put this in. You're very closely related. You have a male relative that committed all these crimes, and do you know where he is? It's like, I don't want to have that conversation again.
oh, he's here.
Brian Miller just walked in.
He did. Say a really loud hi, Brian Miller.
Hi, Brian Miller.
Yep, there we go. Perfect. I think that means you have something else going on here, and
I'm going to record another podcast.
awesome.
It's like, guy that owns the club is Chinese, and he fucking acts like it with his working laws. Makes you come in here and fucking work all day. No labor laws in this place.
We both started when we were in our, single digit 8. I've been here since I was 7 doing
Oh,
this.
there's no shit. I sewed these curtains by hand.
Your needlework, impeccable.
It's great, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Took me 30 years.
Well worth that time.
No health insurance.
Well, I would tell. Yeah. I would tell people to rush and get tickets to the rest of the shows this weekend, but that chance is gone.
Yeah, they were nice enough. They did a nice job of promoting the show, and they're all full.
And unlike last year, where it was where it was a third or whatever.
Yeah,
sellout.
they've only 100 cap,
Yeah.
and I think how 270, 275. So
Yeah. There was not. I was like I said, I was here last night. Not an empty seat, and it's so nice. It's so fun to be in here when it's full and the crowd is into it.
Yeah.
It's just there's nothing like it. There really is nothing like it.
when something is special to you, right? So this sucks because he's standing right there.
Yeah, I know.
but
Yeah.
Acme's very special to me, and so to come in here and have it feel like Acme again, just because of the restrictions and everything like that, everyone had to endure that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they did. But coming in here last night, there was an energy. It was really, really fun, and it felt great.
Yeah, it was great. Did you? You don't seem hungover today.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm being an adult.
Look at you.
I had a couple drinks. So my rule was for maybe probably 10 years is that I don't drink before shows. I don't drink during a show just because, if you're saying things that are going back to the getting groans, I mean, if there's a complaint to a manager, this guy's an asshole and this guy's a drunken asshole are two way different complaints. And so I would never give them that ammunition. But then I started being like, well, I'm going to have a drink on stage and just loosen. Everyone else is drinking. So I didn't want to feel like I'm like, hi, I'm the presenter for this evening. I'm not allowed to drink. So I just bring one drink up with me and then great. Yeah, everybody's loose. Everybody's having fun.
But then late show Saturday.
Blacked out.
Blacked out. Perfect.
Blacked out drunk. People are like, you already did this one. It's like, well, I'm doing it again. I didn't like the response. Motherfuckers, I'm drunk. Deal with it.
Isn't this still my first set? No.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. You're the only one here now. Chad, thank you again. I mean, once again, like I said, you're sold out. You didn't have to do this. We're not promoting anything other than.
This has been a very fun tradition to do this.
Well,
podcast.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
as
of course.
always.
I can't wait to see you on episode 739.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks, buddy.
See ya.